Most minimalist videos tell you the secret to a clean kitchen is to just throw everything away. But what if that's not the real solution? I got rid of half my stuff, and my kitchen was still a cluttered, stressful mess a week later. It turns out, the real secret isn't about what you get rid of. It's about how you strategically organize what you decide to keep. Hi, welcome to Minimal Earth Life. I'm Luna, and I used to be trapped in a cycle of endless decluttering. I'd spend a whole weekend purging my kitchen, feeling great about it, only to watch the clutter creep right back in. I thought minimalism meant having nearly empty cupboards, but I learned the hard way that without a system, even a kitchen with less stuff can feel totally chaotic. A functional, peaceful kitchen isn't about owning next to nothing. It's about making sure every single item has a logical home. Today, I am showing you the two principles that finally broke that cycle for me: kitchen zoning and the power of uniform containers. These aren't just little tips. This is the blueprint that kicked clutter out of my kitchen for good. Section 1. The why. My failed attempts at minimalism. Before I show you how my kitchen looks now, let's get real about how it used to be. I was completely sold on the idea that if I just owned fewer things, my kitchen would magically stay organized. So I did the big purge. I got rid of duplicate utensils, the pasta maker that was gathering dust, and all those free mugs we somehow collected. I think I donated 5 whole boxes of stuff, and for a couple of days, it felt amazing. But pretty soon, the chaos was back. The countertops became the default landing spot for mail and keys again. The utensil drawer was still a jumble, just a slightly smaller jumble. And the food container cabinet? An absolute nightmare of mismatched lids and plastic towers, even after I'd thinned the herd. The problem wasn't how much stuff I had. It was that nothing had a designated spot. And that physical clutter creates mental clutter. It's not just a feeling. Studies have actually shown that cluttered environments can raise our cortisol levels, which is our body's main stress hormone. My kitchen was a source of constant, low-level anxiety, and just tossing things out wasn't fixing the root of the problem. It was not until I stopped obsessing over decluttering and started focusing on designing a system that everything finally clicked. Section 2. The core philosophy: hacking your brain with zones. The biggest game changer for me was a concept called kitchen zoning. It's a method pro organizers use, and it's way simpler than it sounds. You just organize your kitchen based on the activities you do, not by the items themselves. Think about a kindergarten classroom. There's an art corner, a reading nook, a block area. That structure makes it obvious where things go. Your kitchen needs that same intuitive logic. When you create zones, you eventually stop having to think so hard. You build muscle memory. When everything you need for one job is all in one place, your whole routine becomes smoother. This is the real secret to keeping your counters clear and making your time in the kitchen more efficient. So let's walk through the 5 zones I set up in my kitchen: the prep zone, the cooking zone, the storage zone, the cleaning zone, and my personal favorite, the beverage zone. Section 3. The guided tour: putting theory into practice. All right, welcome to my kitchen. As you can see, the countertops are almost totally clear, which was my #1 goal. Clear surfaces just give you a sense of calm and make the daily wipe down so much faster. Any small appliances that I don't use every single day are stored out of sight. That's on purpose. The less visual noise you have, the less mental energy you waste just by being in the room. Let's start over here in the prep zone. This is where every meal starts, right next to the sink. In the drawers and cabinets right here, I have everything I need to get started. In this first drawer, my cutting boards are stored vertically in a cheap file organizer. Super simple. Next to that, my essential knives and peelers. Below that, my mixing bowls and measuring cups. When I'm about to cook, I can stand in one spot and grab everything without running around. This one change has streamlined my meal prep more than anything else. Now, just a few steps over, we have the cooking zone, centered around the stove. Naturally, this is where all the tools for the actual cooking live. In the drawer right beside the stove, I've got my spatulas, wooden spoons, and tongs. all neatly separated by simple drawer dividers. This is the end of that tangled utensil monster we all know and hate. In the cabinet below, I have my pots and pans. I use an adjustable rack that stacks them on their sides, so I can grab any pan I want without unstacking a whole tower of them. My spices are in the upper cabinet right next to the stove for easy access. Everything is within arm's reach, which makes cooking feel way less frantic and much more focused. Section 4. The visual transformation, uniform containers. Now for the area that makes the biggest visual impact, the storage zone, aka my pantry. This is where the second part of my philosophy really shines. Uniform containers. Taking things like pasta, rice, flour, and cereal out of their loud branded packaging and putting them into matching containers was a total game changer. I use clear, stackable containers so I can see exactly what I have in a single glance, which stops me from buying stuff I already own. This isn't just for looks, it's pure function. It maximizes all that vertical space, and the airtight seals keep food fresh for way longer. I specifically chose rectangular containers because they fit together without any wasted space, unlike round ones. Then, I popped on some simple, clear labels so everyone in the family knows exactly where things go. And, oh yeah, let's talk about the dreaded Tupperware drawer. That drawer used to be my personal kitchen nightmare. The solution? I invested in a single, high-quality set of nesting containers. All the containers stack perfectly inside each other, and I use a little bin to store all the lids vertically, like file folders. No more plastic avalanches, no more hunting for a matching lid. It's such a simple fix for one of the biggest kitchen frustrations. Next up, the cleaning zone, which, of course, is right around the sink and dishwasher. Under the sink, I installed a cheap tension rod to hang my spray bottles, which frees up the whole bottom of the cabinet. I also use a couple of clear, stackable bins to group supplies. One for dish stuff, one for surface cleaners. It makes it so easy to just grab what I need. Then, in the cabinet directly above the dishwasher, I keep our everyday plates and glasses. This makes unloading the dishwasher ridiculously efficient. You can put everything away without taking a single step. Finally, my favorite little spot, the beverage zone. It's just a small corner of the kitchen for our morning coffee and tea ritual. The coffee maker lives here, and the cabinet right above holds the mugs, coffee beans, filters, and tea. It's a tiny, self-contained station that makes our mornings run that much smoother, and is a perfect example of how you can apply zoning to any small daily routine. Section 5. Making it last. The maintenance routine. So you might be thinking, this looks great, but how do you keep it this way? A system is only as good as the habits you build around it. The most important one in our house is the nightly sweep. Before bed, my family and I take 10 minutes to put everything back in its proper zone, wipe down the counters, and start the dishwasher. Because every single item has a home, this whole process is incredibly fast. I also live by the one in, one out rule. If I buy a new kitchen gadget, an old one has to go. This prevents that slow, sneaky buildup of clutter over time. And a few times a year, I'll do a quick mini purge of each zone, just to make sure our system is still working for us. It's not some huge weekend project. It's just a quick check-in. Transforming my kitchen from a place of stress into a place of calm wasn't about depriving myself or becoming an extreme minimalist. It was about being intentional. It was about realizing that organization is a form of self-care. It frees up your mental energy so you can focus on what actually matters, enjoying your home and the people in it. The two main ideas are simple. Create zones based on your activities, and use uniform containers to create visual calm. That's it. That's the secret to getting rid of kitchen clutter for good. It's not about getting rid of your things. It's about creating a peaceful, logical home for the things you choose to keep. I honestly believe you can do this too. Just start with one zone. Seriously, just one. Maybe it's your utensil drawer, or maybe it's your coffee station. See how good it feels to have one small part of your kitchen finally working for you, instead of against you. If you found this helpful, I'd be so grateful if you'd subscribe for more practical home strategies. And now I want to hear from you. What is your single biggest kitchen clutter frustration? Let me know in the comments below. Let's tackle this stuff together. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.